So we're going to start with the arms for this pattern. Generally with amigurumi you start with the heads and then add arms as you go down. But because we're going to be adding the joints, which are here, we need to do the arms first. These are the parts that go into the arm, and then these go into the body section, and then they join together. I'll show you that as we get to that part of the pattern. Because this Chanel yarn, it can tend to fray, we're not going to make a magic circle. Instead, we're going to chain 2, and then we'll work our 6 single crochets into the second chain from the hook. So we created our slip stitch, and now we're going to chain 2, 1, 2, and then we'll work into the first chain stitch we made. And we'll do 6 single crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now we're not going to join with a slip stitch, we're just going to carry on working on the round, and we'll work straight back in for our next round 2 into our first single crochet of that round. Sometimes it is a bit hard to see the stitch, but once you put your hook in, you kind of generally can feel that you're in the right place. Sorry, my rabbit chewed my crochet hook. I've just noticed that now. So let's start our next round. We're going to increase in every stitch. So that's 2 single crochets in every stitch. And that will leave us at the end of the round with 12 single crochets. So I'll leave you to do that now. So here we have our 12 single crochets. Our next 2 rounds we're not going to do any increases, so we're going to stay with 12 stitches. Then the next round, which is round 5, we're going to put the thumb in, which is a puff stitch. So go away and do your 2 rounds of single crochet, and I'll see you. So I've done my 2 rounds of single crochet. I'm up to round 4, just finished round 4. It tends to curl in, so at this point you can push it so it's the right way round. Sorry. There we go, so it's poking the right way round. And now we're going to create the thumb. So first we single crochet 2, 1, 2, and then in the third we'll create the puff stitch. Sometimes with the Chanel yarn it's a bit hard to get that 5th kind of loop on, so I've done 4. So we go 1, we've got 2 loops on the hook, yarn over, insert back into the same stitch, that's 2, 3, I can just about squeeze one more in, 4. We then yarn over and pull through all loops. Just take your time to pull them through, yarn over, single crochet to secure the in place, and then we carry on round the rest of the bear's hand doing our other single crochets. So there we go. You can see our little thumb for our bear's hand. So we have just done round, I think that was round 5 there. We're going to create another few rounds to do the arm. We got up to row 15, and between row 14 and 15 is when we will insert our joint. So go away and do your rows up to row 15, and then we'll come back and insert and stuff the arm. Okay, so there's our arm all made, and now we're going to insert our joint. Obviously you are going to make 2 arms. I've done my other one already, so where you put the joint is going to make a difference. The thumb always needs to face forward, so you need one joint that's going to be that side, and for this one my thumb's going to face forward and my joint's got to go on this side. So I'm going to insert it into the arm. Or sometimes it's best to poke the front bit in first, and we're going to go into between the 14th and 15th row, which is down here. You can count down, make sure you're kind of side on. I'm going to go across into that one, find the little gap and push through, and then get the back disc in as well. A little bit tricky to do, but you'll get there in the end. There we go, got that in now. And push it through the gap, get it in place, and then we can start to stuff the arm. So I'll leave it to stuff now. So my arm is now stuffed. We're now going to decrease and close off the top of the arm. To do that, we're going to do 2 single crochets in each of the stitches to give us 6. So we go 1, that's 1 single crochet, 2 together. Whoops. 2, 3, 4, 5, and that's 1, 6. And then we're going to cut the yarn and then leave enough of a tail, and then we'll just whip stitch around the top to close the last bit of the circle. If you feel you need to, you can maybe put a little bit more yarn in there, stuffing in there. So I'll leave you to close your hole up, and then you can make your second arm, and then the next video we're going to go on to making the feet. I'll just show you how to whip stitch to close actually, if you like. So I've got my length, I'm going to insert my hook. Oh sorry, I'm just going to pull it through that first loop. So I've got no loops on my hook. Go through a stitch, pull it through, go through the next stitch, pull it through, next stitch, pull the tail through until you've gone all the way round, and then if you give it a gentle tug, that closes it all off. You can then thread this tail back through the arm to make it disappear.